Hello student, in today's class we are going to discuss simple interest, compound interest exercise part 3. Now see the index. In index we have discussed exercise questions and then summarize about today's lecture. There is a disclaimer. The images used in our slide deck are for educational purposes only. We respect the intellectual property rights of the original creators and owners of these images. If you are the owner of any of the images used in this deck and have any concern or issues, please contact us at sathee@iitk.ac.in and we shall remove the images. Now first see some formula related to simple interest and compound interest. So the first formula of simple interest is SI. Shortcut form of simple interest is PRT upon 100. P represent, SI represent simple interest, P represent principal, R represent rate of interest and T represent time, which is in year, half yearly, in monthly, quarterly, it could be anything. Clear? Same way, formula for calculating amount of the simple interest. So amount will be simple interest plus principal amount. So we can say that P represent principal, A represent amount and SI represent simple interest. Formula for calculating compound interest. So compound interest will be P in the bracket 1 plus R upon 100 to the power n minus 1, where CI represent compound interest, P represent principal, R represent rate of interest and N represent time, or we can say that T. Clear? Next. Formula for calculating amount or principal or rate. Clear? For compound interest. So the amount formula of compound interest is A equals to P in the bracket 1 plus R upon 100 to the power T, where A represent amount, P represent principal, R represent rate of interest, T represent time. Now the next formula is difference between compound interest and simple interest for 2 years. So the formula is PR square upon 100 square. Same way, difference between compound interest and simple interest for 3 years. So the formula become PR square in the bracket 300 plus R upon 100 cube. Formula for calculating installment. Let each installment be A rupees. So the installment will be 100P upon 100T plus RT in the bracket T minus 1 by 2. Clear? Next formula is formula for calculating population. Same way, formula n year ago. So P upon 1 plus R upon 100 to the power n. Clear? So see some questions. First question is, Prabhat took a certain amount as a loan from bank at rate of 8% simple interest per annum and gave same amount to Ashish as a loan at the rate of 12% per annum on simple interest. If at the end of 12 years he made a profit of 320 rupees in the deal, what was the original amount? You have 5 options and 10 seconds to analyze the question. Your time start now. Time's up. Let's see the solution. Now, let the original amount be P rupees. So, it is given that time is 12 year. First rate of interest is when he take the loan, which is 8% per annum, and he gives the loan at 12% per annum and he get the profit which is given 320 rupees. Clear? So, simple interest will be according to second rate of interest and the difference between first rate of interest is 320 is given. So, we use it the formula P into R into T minus P into R into T upon 100 is equals to 320. So, we have P, we let the amount, original price P. Now we have the time for a second person for 12% per annum rate for 12 years. So 12 into 12 upon 100 minus P into 8 into 12 upon 100. And the difference between them is 320. It is given in the question. So when we calculate it, we got P equals to 2000 upon 3, which is 666.67 rupees. So C is the correct answer. Next one. What annual installment will discharge a debt of rupees 1092 due in 3 years at 12% simple interest? You have 5 options and 10 seconds to analyze the question. Your time start now. Now time's up. Let's see the solution. So we know the formula of installment and simple interest is A equals to 100p upon 100t plus RT in the bracket t minus 1 by 2. So we just put the value in this equation. So 100 into 1092 upon 100 into 3 plus 12 into 3 in the bracket 3 minus 1 by 2. When we calculate it, we get the amount which is 325. So installment will be 325 rupees. D is the correct answer. Next one. A man invests a certain sum of money at 6% per annum simple interest and another sum at 7% per annum at simple interest. His income for interest after 2 years was 354 rupees. 1/4 of the first sum is equals to the 1/5 of the second sum. Find the total sum he invested. You have 5 options and 10 seconds to analyze the question. Your time start now. Now time's up. Let's see the solution. Let the sum is A and B because in the question says that they invested two different type of amounts. Clear? First is at 6% per annum and another is 7% per annum. Clear? So rate of interest is 6% and 7%, time is 2 years. Clear? So the total simple interest he earned after 2 years is 354. So what will be simple interest? P1 into R1 into T upon 100 plus P2 into R2 upon multiplying by T upon 100 is equals to 354. So we just put the value. P1 equals to, we let the value of A. So A into 6 into 2 upon 100 plus B into 7 into 2 upon 100 is equals to 354. So we get the one equation. 6A plus 7B equals to 17,700. Clear? Solution to be continued. Now in the question it says that also 1/4 of the first sum is equals to the 1/5 of the second sum. So we can write it A upon 4 equals to B upon 5. By this we got equation 5A minus 4B equals to 0. By solving the equation we get A equals to 1200 and B equals to 5. So the total sum will be 1200 plus 1500 which is 2700 because B is 1500. So the sum will become 2700. Clear? Next one. Mr. Thomas invested an amount of rupees 13,900 divided in two different schemes A and B at the simple interest rate 14% per annum and 11% per annum respectively. If the total amount of simple interest earned in 2 years be rupees 3,508, what was the amount invested in scheme B? You have 5 options and 10 seconds to analyze the question. Your time start now. Time's up. Let's see the solution. Now question says that he invested two different amount A and B at simple interest 14% per annum and 11% per annum. Clear? So we let 14% per annum is X rupees. So the 11% per annum will be 13,900 minus X. We can say that because we know that the total amount was invested was 13,900. Clear? So according to question we earn total simple interest in 2 years is 3,508. So we can use the formula of simple interest. X into 2 into 14 upon 100 plus 13,900 minus X into 11 into 2 upon 100 which is equals to 3,508. When we calculate it, we get the value of X which is 7,500. Clear? So amount invested in scheme B which will be 13,900 minus 7,500 which becomes 6,400. So A is the correct answer. Next one. An automobile financer claimed to be lending money at simple interest, but he includes the interest every 6 months for calculating the principal. If he is charging an interest of 10%, the effective rate of interest becomes, you have 5 options and 10 seconds to analyze the question. Your time start now. Now time's up. Let's see the solution. Question says that first we let the amount, clear, principal amount. So question says that if he charging at interest of 10% per annum. So if we let the amount is 100 rupees and calculating half yearly, in the question it is given that the interest every 6 months on the principal, calculating the principal. Clear? So the rate will become 10 by 2, which is 5%, and time will become 2 times. So effective rate 5 plus 5 plus 5 into 5 upon 100. So we can easily get the rate of interest, which is 10.25% in a year. Clear? Next one. A sum of rupees 725 is lent in the beginning of a year at the certain rate of interest. After 8 months, a sum of rupees 362.50 rupees more is lent, but at the rate twice the former. At the end of the year, rupees 33.50 rupees is earned as interest from both the loans. What was the original rate of interest? You have 5 options and 10 seconds to analyze the question. Your time starts now. Now time's up. Let's see the solution. Now the question says that a sum of rupees lent 725 at the beginning. Clear? For a year at a certain rate of interest. Clear? So we let the original rate of interest is 0.5%. Now the question says that after 8 months, a sum of rupees 362.50 rupees more lent, but the rate was twice of the former. So new rate will become 2%, and total rate of interest paid is 33.50. So how we can calculate it? We use the formula of simple interest. 725 into R into 1 upon 100 plus 362.50 into 2R into 1 upon 3 into 100. We can say that. So it will be equals to 33.50. Clear? So when we calculate it, we got 2175 plus 725 R equals to 33.50 into 100 into 3. So when we calculate it, we get the value of R, which is 3.46% is the correct answer. Next one. Aditya invests rupees 50,000 in fixed deposit at 10% compound interest for 2 years. At the end of 2 years, she put the money in another deposit at 12% simple interest for 3 years. What was the final value of the initial investment? You have 5 options and 10 seconds to analyze the question. Your time starts now. Time's up. Let's see the solution. Now, compound interest for first 2 years will be, we use the formula of compound interest, principal 1 plus rate of interest, which is 10% upon 100 square minus 1, which becomes 10,500. Now the question says it, this amount become new principal for 12% simple interest. So what will be the total amount? Principal plus compound interest. So principal was 50,000, compound interest is 10,500. So when we add it, we get 60,500. So what will be the simple interest? Simple interest will be PRT upon 100. So 60,500 multiplying by 12 multiplying by 3 upon 100, which is 21,780. So what is the total amount we get? Initial investment. So we get total amount 82,280 rupees. So C is the correct answer. Next question is, there is 60% increase in an amount in 6 years at simple interest. What will be the compound interest of 12,000 rupees after 3 years at the same rate of interest? So you have 5 options and 10 seconds to analyze the question. Your time starts now. Now time's up. Let's see the solution. Now we let the principal amount, which is P, is 100. Clear? So question says that there is 60% increase in the amount in 6 years at simple interest. So amount will become 160 in 6 years. So what will be the interest? Interest will be 60 rupees. So what is rate of interest? We can easily calculate it. Simple interest multiplying by 100 upon 100 into time. So we get rate of interest, which is 10%. So what will be our compound interest of 3 years when we invest? 12,000 rupees. So when we calculate it, we get in 3 years, which is 331 upon 1000. So we can easily multiplying 12,000. We directly calculate the compound interest. So when we multiplying 12,000, we get 3,972 rupees. So C is the correct answer. Next one. A bank offers 5% compound interest calculated on half-yearly basis. A customer deposits rupees 1600 each on 1st January and 1st July of a year. At the end of year, the amount he would have gained by way of interest is. You have 5 options and 10 seconds to analyze the question. Your time start now. Now time's up. Let's see the solution. So here compound interest is calculated on half yearly basis. It means rate of interest will be half and time will be double. Clear? So we use it in this formula. Amount is equals to principal 1 plus r upon 100 square. Clear? For 2 years it is given in the question. For 1 year, so it will become half yearly, so power 2. And rate of interest 5 by 2 and multiplying by 100. For 1st July, it will become 1600 1 plus r 5 by 2 multiplying by 100, because where rate of interest is 5 by 2%. So when we calculate it, we got the value amount equals to 3321. So what will be the compound interest? Amount minus principal. So amount is 3321 and principal is our 1600 for 1st January and 1600 for 1st July. So total become 3200. When we subtract it, we got 121 rupees. So B is the correct answer. Next one. Now question is, Aditya invested certain amount in two different schemes A and B. Scheme A offer SIE at the rate 12% per annum and scheme B offer compound interest at the rate 10% per annum. Interest accrued on the amount invested in scheme A in 2 years was 3600 rupees and the total amount invested was rupees 35,000. What was the interest accrued on amount invested in scheme B? You have 5 options and 10 seconds to analyze this question. Your time start now. Now let's see the solution. We use the formula 5.1 and 5.3. Let the money in first installment is X rupees. So the second installment will be 35,000 minus X. Clear? So the principal is defined as P. So what will be the P? 3600 multiplying by 100 upon, because simple interest is given, which is 3600. So we can calculate P, which is 15,000. Clear? The money in first installment X equals to 15,000. So solution to be continued. In scheme B, the money was invested is 20,000. So what will be the compound interest? P in the bracket 1 plus r upon 100 whole square minus 1. So when we calculate it, we get 4,200 rupees. This is compound interest. So next one. The population of a town in 2009 was 1,25,000. It increased 10% per year. What is the population after 3 years? You have 5 options and 10 seconds to analyze the question. Your time start now. Now time's up. Let's see the solution. Now the question says it, the population was 1,25,000 in 2009 and it is increases by 10% per year. So if we let the population is 100, so it will become after 3 years is 133.1%. 133.1. So we can easily calculate it. For P equals to 100, increase is 130 in 3 years is 133.1. So if population is 1,25,000, so increase in 3 years is 133.1 upon 100 multiplying by 1,25,000. So it becomes 1,66,375. So A is the correct answer. Next one. A sum of rupees 1500 amount to rupees 3000 in 5 years at a certain rate of simple interest. If rate of interest is increased by 1%, the same sum in the same time would amount to. You have 5 options and 10 seconds to analyze the question. Your time start now. Now time's up. Let's see the solution. The difference between SI is 3000 minus 1500, which is 1500. It is given. A sum of rupees 1500 amount to rupees 3000. So what will be the simple interest, which is 1500? So what will be the rate of interest? 1500 multiplying by 100 upon 1500 multiplying by 5, which is 20%. So principal is 1500. Now the rate of interest is increased by 1%. So rate of interest will become 20 plus 1, which is 21%. So our new SI will be 1500 multiplying by 5 multiplying by 21 upon 100. So it will become 1575. So the amount is principal plus simple interest. So amount will become 3075 rupees. This is the correct answer. Next one. Abhinav invested a certain amount at rate of 8% per annum for 5 years and obtained a simple interest of rupees 3800. Had he invested the same amount at the same interest for 2 years, how much amount would he have obtained at compound interest at the end of 2 years? You have 5 options and 10 seconds to analyze the question. Your time start now. Now time's up. Let's see the solution. Question says that Abhinav invested a certain amount at rate of 8% per annum for 5 years at simple interest of rupees 3800. Clear? So we got the simple interest is 3800. So principal will be 3800 multiplying by 100 upon 8 into 5, because we know the rate of interest and time. So we get the principal amount, which is 9500. So what will be the compound interest for 2 years? Same way, we know the principal, we know the rate of interest, and we know the time. So we just put the value in the formula of compound interest. So 9500 in the bracket 1 plus 8 upon 100 square minus 1, which becomes 1580.8 rupees. This is the correct answer. Next one. Nutan borrowed some money at rate of 4% per annum for the first 3 years, at the rate of 8% per annum for next 2 years, and at the rate of 9% per annum for the period beyond 5 years. If she pay a total simple interest of rupees 19,550 at the end of 7 years, how much money did she borrows? You have 5 options and 10 seconds to analyze the question. Your time start now. Now time's up. Let's see the solution. According to question, we can write it. Simple interest we got total 19,550. So we can say that 19,550 is equals to P into R1 into T1 upon 100 plus P into R2 into T2 upon 100 plus P into R3 into T3 upon 100, which is given in the question. So we just put the value. First we take the P common. So it will become R1 T1 upon 100 plus R2 T2 upon 100 plus R3 T3 upon 100. So R1 is 4% for first 3 years. So 4 into 3 upon 100. In the same way, 8% per annum for 2 years. So 8 into 2 upon 100. Same way, in the third, 9% per annum beyond the 5 year, which is 2 year, because it is given in the question at the end of 7 years. So 2 year, 9 into 2 upon 100. When we calculate it, we get the value of P, which is 42,500 rupees. B is the correct answer. Next one. Girish invested some money in a bank. After 8 years, his amount become triple. How many times of the original sum will the money become in 20 years at the simple interest? Clear? So you have 5 options and 10 seconds to analyze the question. Your time start now. Now time's up. Let's see the solution. Now first we need to understand the question. Question says that after 8 years, amount become triple. Clear? So the question is, in 20 years, what will be the simple interest? Clear? Or the original sum? So first we let the money is 100 rupees. So in 8 years, it becomes 300. So what is the simple interest we get? We get 200 rupees. So what was the rate of interest? We just put the value in the formula and we get rate, which is 25%. So what will be the simple interest in 20 years? So if we let the principal 100 multiplying by 25 multiplying by 20 upon 100, which is 500. So amount is 600. Hence from 100 to 600, it becomes 6 times in 20 years. So B is the correct answer. Next one. Ram divided 2189 in three parts such that interest on them after 1 year, 2 year and 3 year respectively be equal. The rate of simple interest is 4% per annum in all cases. The smallest part is, you have 5 options and 10 seconds to analyze the question. Your time start now. Time's up. Let's see the solution. Now, according to question, let the amount A, B, C respectively. Then we can say that A into 4 into 1 upon 100 is equals to B into 4 into 2 upon 100 equals to C into 3 in C into 4 into 3 into 3 upon 100 is equals to equal. All these simple interest is equal. So we can say that A equals to 2B equals to 3C equals to, we can let, if we take LCM, we can let it equals to 6K. So what we can say that A equals to 6K. So B will be 3K, C equals to 2K. Clear? So the part are in the ratio will be ABC will be in 6 ratio 3 ratio 2. So the question asks is smallest part. So the total amount will become 6 plus 3 9 plus 2 11. Okay, and the smallest part is 2. So 2189 upon 11 multiplying by 2, which becomes 398 rupees. So B is the correct answer. Next one. Ravi invested a total amount of rupees 65,000 in three different schemes A, B and C with rate of interest 12% per annum, 16% per annum and 18% per annum respectively, and earned a total interest of rupees 10,180 in 1 year. If the amount invested in A is 72% of the amount invested in C, then what was the amount invested in scheme B? You have 5 options and 10 seconds to analyze the question. Your time start now. Now time's up. Let's see the solution. Suppose amount invested in scheme A is X rupees, amount invested in scheme B is Y rupees, and suppose in amount invested in scheme C is Z rupees. So X plus Y plus Z will become 65,000. This is our equation 1. And in the question says that the amount invested by A is 72% of the amount invested by C. So we can let it X equals to 72% of Z, or we can say that Z 18 by 25 Z equals to X. So solution to be continued. So the 12X plus 16X plus 18Z is equals to 10,18,000. Clear? For solving this, we get 6X plus 8Y plus 9Z equals to 5,09,000. This is our equation 3rd. From equation 1st, 2nd and 3rd, we get 43 upon 25Z plus Y equals to 65,000. Same way, 108 upon 25Z plus 8Y plus 9Z equals to 5,09,000. Clear? So when we calculate it, we got 333 upon 25Z plus 8Y is equals to 5,09,000. From equation 4, we have 344 upon 5Z plus 8Y, which is equals to 5,20,000. So subtracting 5 from 4, we get 11 by 5Z equals to 11,000. So 11Z equals to become 2,75,000. So we get the value of Z, which is 25,000. So value of Y equals to 22,000 rupees. Clear? Next one. The population of Mumbai increased by 5% per annum. Its population was 1 lakh in 2004. What was its population after 3 years? You have 5 options and 10 seconds to analyze the question. Your time start now. Time's up. Let's see the solution. So the population is 1 lakh. So it is increased by 5% per annum. So when we calculate it, 5 increase 5%, so it will become 1,05,000. And after that in 2000, this will be in 2005. So 1,05,000 is again increased by 5%. So it will become 1,10,250 in 2006. So it again increased by 5% total population. So it will become 1,15,762.5. So this will be our answer. Almost 1,15,760. So A is the correct answer. Next one. Which of the statement given below are sufficient to answer the following question? What is the rate of interest per annum on the amount of rupees 15,000 taking loan? First one is the difference between compound interest and simple interest is rupees 170, and second is simple interest of 2 years is 2,500. You have 5 options and 10 seconds to analyze the question. Your time start now. Now time's up. Let's see the solution. So this question can be solved either using statement 1 or 2. We can easily solve it. If statement 1, it is a simple formula of difference. Clear? So PR, we know that the difference between 2 year of simple interest and compound interest, which is PR square upon 100 square. In statement 2, it is simple interest formula of simple SI. Clear? So C is the correct answer. Next one. Which of the statement given below are sufficient to answer the following question? What is the rate of interest per annum on an investment of rupees 800? The first statement is the income from simple interest at the end of 3 years at the same rate of interest is 19. Second is compound interest is 15.76 rupees more than SI on same sum and same rate for 2 years. You have 5 options and 10 seconds to analyze the question. Your time start now. Now time's up. Let's see the solution. This question can be solved either using statement 1 or 2. In statement 1, we can apply the formula of simple interest. In statement 2, we need to determine the difference formula, which are PR square upon 100 square. So C is the correct answer. Now summarizing our today's lecture. What is simple interest? Definition of simple interest is calculated on the principal amount or the initial sum of money throughout the entire period of loan or the investment. Clear? Formula will become simple interest equals to PRT upon 100. Simple interest, SI denote simple interest, P denote principal amount, R denote rate of interest, T denote time. Characteristic is interest is constant and does not change over the time. Commonly used for short-term loans or investment. Now, what is compound interest? Compound interest is calculated on the principal amount and also on the interest that has been added to it over previous period. This means interest is earned on interest. Formula of amount is P in the bracket 1 plus R upon 100 to the whole power T. A represent the total amount after interest, P represent the principal amount, R represent the annual rate of interest, and T represent the time. Characteristic of the compound interest: the interest grows exponentially over time. More beneficial for long-term investment or loan as the amount earned can significantly increase. Thank you.